Alex tossed and turned in his bed, his body paralyzed by an unseen force. It was a recurring nightmare that had haunted him for months. The same terrifying experience of being trapped in a dark void while sinister figures lurked nearby. Every night, he could feel their presence, their icy breath on his skin, but he was powerless to escape. As he gasped for air, Alex finally managed to break free from the clutches of sleep paralysis. He sat up, drenched in sweat, his heart pounding in his chest. This had become his nightly routine, his own personal torment. But what scared him the most was the realization that these nightmares were not just figments of his imagination. Driven by curiosity and a desperate need for answers, Alex delved into his family history. He discovered that sleep paralysis ran in his bloodline, a genetic condition that had plagued his ancestors as well. His great-grandfather had even spent his life trying to unlock its secrets. But his research had remained unfinished. Determined to pick up where his great-grandfather left off, Alex sought help from Dr. Martinez, a renowned paranormal researcher who specialized in sleep disorders. With her extensive knowledge and expertise, she seemed like his best chance at unraveling the mysteries behind his nightmares. When Alex met Dr. Martinez, he was initially met with skepticism. She believed that his dreams held a connection to the paranormal world, a realm that existed beyond what science could explain. She spoke of entities known as shadows, beings that fed on fear and could manipulate the very essence of darkness itself. While Sarah, Alex's best friend, found it hard to accept such supernatural explanations, she supported him nonetheless. Together, they embarked on a journey to understand and confront the shadows that plagued his dreams. Chapter 1 had set the stage for the eerie and unsettling world that Alex found himself in. The nightmares had become a constant presence, a force that he could no longer ignore. With the help of Dr. Martinez and Sarah, he hoped to gain control over his own mind and uncover the truth behind the awakening shadows. Little did they know that their quest would lead them down a path filled with fear, mystery, and the discovery of a dark past that demanded redemption. Night after night, the nightmares grew more intense and vivid for Alex. Sleep paralysis seemed to consume him, trapping him in a web of darkness and despair. The shadows, once confined to his dreams, began to encroach upon his waking life. One evening, as Alex sat alone in his room, he noticed a flickering movement out of the corner of his eye. He turned to see a shadowy figure dart across the wall, leaving a chilling sensation in its wake. His heart raced, and a shiver ran down his spine. The shadows were no longer confined to his dreams. They had found a way to manifest in the real world. Terrified yet determined, Alex confided in Sarah about the disturbing development. She offered her unwavering support, despite her skepticism about the paranormal. Together, they sought solace and guidance from Dr. Martinez, who had become their trusted ally in this supernatural journey. Dr. Martinez explained that the shadows were entities trapped between the dream realm and reality. They were once humans who had suffered greatly, tormented in their own sleep paralysis nightmares. Over time, they had transformed into these malevolent creatures, seeking revenge on those who had wronged them. Armed with this knowledge, Alex, Sarah, and Dr. Martinez delved deeper into the history of the shadows. They discovered that a group of individuals had deliberately trapped these human souls, using them for their own dark purposes. These individuals had long since passed away, but their deeds had imprisoned the shadows in an eternal cycle of anguish. Desperate to stop the shadows from wreaking havoc, Alex and his allies devised a plan to communicate with them. Through a series of rituals and incantations, they hoped to establish a connection and understand the shadows' motivations. One night, as the moon cast an ethereal glow upon their surroundings, Alex, Sarah, and Dr. Martinez gathered in a dimly lit room. Candles flickered, casting dancing shadows on the walls. With bated breath, they chanted ancient words, calling out to the shadows. To their surprise, the shadows responded. Their presence filled the room, their whispers like the rustling of leaves in the wind. They spoke of their pain, their desire for release, and their thirst for vengeance upon those who had trapped them. Overwhelmed by a wave of empathy, Alex and his companions realized that they had a choice to make. They could succumb to their fear and let the shadows continue their path of destruction, or they could find a way to set them free and bring peace to both worlds. This had deepened the mystery, as the shadows had crossed the boundary between dreams and reality. With the guidance of Dr. Martinez, Alex and his allies had begun to uncover the true origins and motivations of these malevolent entities. Now faced with a moral dilemma, they would have to decide if they were willing to confront the shadows and risk the consequences, or succumb to their own fears and let the darkness reign.